Hey everybody, this is Saber bringing you another Starmade update. Today we've got a great update for you, which includes a long-awaited feature, Shipyards. Let's dive in. First, it should be noted that a creative mode has been introduced and can be accessed a few different ways. Underneath the tutorial option in the start menu, you will find the option for creative mode. You can also type the command /creative_mode, player name, and then true or false in-game. With creative mode on, you'll notice a new tab in your inventory. When you access it, your inventory will be filled with unlimited numbers of every block that you can equip to the hotbar. You can also take items and drop them into chests. Now, on to shipyards. In order to construct a shipyard, there are 3 new blocks you will need to utilize. The Shipyard Computer is where you control the functions of the shipyard. The shipyard modules define the shipyard physically and in turn the size of ships that can be used there. The core anchor defines where a ship will dock in the shipyard. To begin construction, take a shipyard computer and place it on a station. Make sure the computer is selected by pressing the C key on it and begin laying down the shipyard modules. Connect them with the V key if they are not highlighted. The modules must be in a 2D U shape. The open side of the U can be in any direction, but the 2 ends must be in a straight line from each other. You will see text appear if the shipyard is built incorrectly. Next, duplicate or rebuild the arc that you created with shipyard modules further along your structure, essentially creating a tunnel or corridor made of these U shapes. The farthest these can be by default is 50 blocks. However, this can be altered in the block behavior config file. Place down the shipyard core anchor anywhere you desire inside the shipyard. It can be oriented in all 24 directions. The length of the shipyard will determine how long your ship can be. You also cannot build where the ship and the shipyard blocks overlap each other. When you dock a ship to the shipyard, the core will position itself directly onto the anchor. You will need to use a rail docker to do this, however the position of the docker will not matter. Shipyards come with new meta items called designs. These are bound to the concept of a ship and are used in shipyard computers to edit or construct vessels. Now, let's use the shipyard. Access the shipyard computer with the R key and press the Place Order button. From here, you will see a list of available options. Creating a new design will create a new design meta item. It will place a core in the shipyard where the core anchor is. This ship design will appear like a hologram when you are not inside it to differentiate between a physical ship and a loaded design. You can enter and edit this design with creative mode abilities, but you will not be able to undock it. You can then unload a design so that the shipyard can work on other tasks. Simply right-click the design to access this option among other commands. The Construct Current Design order will build the ship from the currently loaded design. Resources can be provided by placing them in the shipyard computer inventory or by connecting storage blocks and setting the computer to auto-pull. The ship will construct over time, and when it is finished, you may enter the core and undock. Construction will continue even if you leave the sector. The Test Out Design option is useful if you want to test the abilities of a ship before building it. Clicking this option will transport you and a copy of the ship to a virtual test sector. In the future, the test sector will contain targets and the option to spawn enemies. You can leave by pressing the Escape key and clicking Exit Test Sector. Clicking Create Blueprint from Design will take the currently loaded design and make a blueprint in the catalog. It will not, however, give you the blueprint. There is another option to create a design from a blueprint item in the inventory of the Shipyard Computer. The Deconstruct option will deconstruct a ship that is docked in the shipyard. The blocks and inventories of the ship will be placed in the Shipyard Computer inventory, as well as any connected chests. If there is not enough room, it will dump the extra blocks in space beside the shipyard. Be advised that deconstruction can take a bit of time depending on the size of your ship. You can also use the Deconstruct To Design option, which will create a design of the ship before deconstructing. Deconstruction continues if you leave the sector. The Repair option will rebuild the ship based on a design in the Shipyard Computer. Extra blocks will be placed in the inventory or any connected storages. In the future, an option will be added to assign a design directly to a ship's core to make repairing even more streamlined. In Advanced Build Mode, you will notice a new option. The Create Docking tool will allow you to attach a docker to a rail and position the core while building. Click the option, then click the rail you wish to attach the docker to. You will then see an image where the core of the docked entity will be placed. Move around and click to position it. The orientation can be adjusted with the mouse wheel. With this update comes optimizations to resting structures, non-cube block collisions, and planet loading. Hopefully you see an improvement. Kupu has been busy doing even more texture work. We now have cleaner doors and metal mesh textures, new computer back faces, and altered effect modules. There are also new textures for motherboards, circuits, and charged circuits. With the new shipyards, there have been updates to the build block and factory blocks to fit a theme, including a subtle peek at things to come. Oh, and there's also a new decorative fan block as well. Things like normal maps and texture padding have also been updated in preparation for upcoming graphical updates. Lastly, there were more bug fixes, a list of which you can find in the link in the description down below. If you find any major issues, please report them so we can fix them ASAP. That's all for now. Thanks for playing Starmade.